What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Rene with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This morning, we got brother Shukur Brown on the phone. All right, he got something going on with his case that's very special, and we're going to give him an opportunity to talk about what he got to tell us. You feel me? So let's hop right into it. Good morning, bro.
Good morning to you, too.
All right. I appreciate you taking your time to chat with us. I know it took us a couple days to link up, but I'm glad that you was able to call back.
For sure. I appreciate you and everything you doing.
Oh, thanks. For sure, I do it for the people. So let's start like this. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
My name is Shukur Brown. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Okay. So I know that you're currently behind the G-Ball. How long have you been there?
I've been incarcerated for 9.5 years now.
All right, 9.5 years. So if everybody do the math, y'all know that you went into incarceration when you was like 16?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain what happened, bro. What's going on? Let the people know.
So as was just said, I was 16 when I caught my case. I'm locked up facing 22 years to 40 years, no longer than 40 years for the accidental murder of my best friend Gianni here when I was 16. It was January the 1st, 2013, easily one of the worst days of my life. Me, my cousin, and Gianni attended a party across town where we bought a sawed-off shotgun for $35, then headed home. We was enjoying bringing in the New Year's by smoking weed and firing off rounds into the air, which is the custom to New Year's when you're in the hood. The next part has always been the hardest for me to talk about, but I must express the worst mistake I have ever made in my life. While we were sitting in my family's basement, joking and playing around with guns, which we wasn't supposed to be doing because we supposed to be playing the game. My cousin had left his piece at home. So as we were sitting in the basement of my auntie's house, bored, smoking weed and drinking, joking and playing around with guns, passing them around carelessly, recklessly, we began pointing guns at each other, simply playing and joking around, saying, "I could have shot you. I could have got you." At the time, I had the sawed-off shotgun, which I didn't know was loaded, and pointed it at my best friend. And as I was lowering it, it accidentally hit my leg and went off, hit my best friend in the lower part of his chest. It discharged and hit him in his chest. And as soon as it happened, I obviously knew I made the worst mistake that I ever could have made in my life. I never meant to hurt Gianni anyway. We were just playing.
Yeah.
I was in pure shock. I couldn't believe what had just happened. I started crying and saying, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry." That's all I could say. I was just in pure shock. I just shot my best friend. Told everybody to call 911. My father had rushed down at that point in time and told my sister to call the ambulance. And I just sat there by his side looking in his eyes saying, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Please don't die. Sorry," until the ambulance came. It was easily one of the worst mistakes that I ever made in my life.
How old was your best friend?
He was 15 at the time.
Okay. You know, definitely your family and his family have our condolences. I can only imagine, you know. So you said that was an accident, and there was someone else there as well. They also said it was an accident too, correct?
Yeah, for sure. This is my cousin at the time. This is my cousin. They're like, so this within the same time.
Okay.
He went and told them the same thing when they questioned him a little later.
Okay. So how did, a tragic accident turn into you facing a possibility of up to 40 years? What happened at trial? What did your lawyer do a good job? Did he do a bad job? Like, what happened, bro?
If I'm being honest, my lawyer did the worst job that you can ever imagine. Like, the person that was put there to protect me ultimately was the person who hurt me in the end. He went in there arguing two alternative theories. One saying, which it really was, that it was an accident. And my lawyer them that it was self-defense because a gun was pointed at me. But the whole time, from the get-go, it was an accident. This is what was being told. He turned around and told them that it was self-defense. For whatever reasons that he had, it was nothing on paper, nothing for him to ever make this frivolous statement saying that this is what it was. When the whole time, you know that this was an accident. So he ultimately confused the jury by 1 minute telling them, hey, it was an accident, which means that I had no intentions on killing Gianni.
Right.
And he turned around and said that it was self-defense, which means that I had some type of intention on killing him, which was frivolous and false.
So when what was your adults in your life when this was going on? Like, did y'all try to intervene with what he was saying? Did he assure y'all it was gonna be okay? Like, what happened?
My lawyer from the get-go, his thing was always, he told my mama from the beginning, like, he's not gonna get locked up at all. So when this first happened, he said he's not gonna get locked up at all. It went from him saying I'm not gonna get locked up at all to, oh, you only gonna do a year. Oh, you only gonna do 2 years. Oh, can you do 3 years? Oh, we're gonna try to get you 5 years. Oh, we're gonna try to get you sent to a placement. So it just continued to go. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it just continued to go on and on. And he never once said something that was actually true.
Have you done the appeal process yet?
I have. When I first came down, I went through my appeal process where my lawyers, once again, failed me again. They put in things that was something just so they could get their check and move on. Pretty much something like, if anybody know what it is, it's a 180-day ruling, which is something that you have to say that you want at trial, which is something that these lawyers know, but still put in there just to have something to put on there. They never fought anything that was actually dead bang winners. So at this point, the only thing that I have is, which I'm doing now, is my commutation, but also I still have my 6500 in place, which is something that you have to use in order to get newly discovered evidence or anything that is retroactive in the court system.
Okay. So tell the people, like, how can we support you, bro? Like, what can we do to support you?
In order to support me as of now, I would love for people to go and sign my petition in order to try to get the governor and parole board to grant my commutation, just to show them that I have support from the community. A commutation is where you file it to the parole board and governor to try to have some leniency on me to try to give me an early release. So I would love if people could go out and sign the petition for me and share the petition and bring more attention to my case and the injustice in my case.
All right, for sure. How can people find that, or how can they link with you?
If anybody ever wants to link with me personally, they can always go to jpay.com and type in my name and number. My name is Shukur Brown, Shukur Brown, and my number is 945-408. You can always reach me through JPay. I also have social media sites, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and they all are under my name too, Shukur Brown.
Okay. We definitely gonna make sure that we put this out, bro. And I anticipate you getting definitely some support, you know what I mean? I know that it's already traumatic that you killed your best friend, you know. But, like, how has it been since you've been incarcerated? Like, how is life behind the G-Ball?
Man, life is the worst it can get, to be honest, as far as when you're dealing with everything that you're going through, as far as me having the blood of my best friend on my hands, and then ultimately be sent to prison for the time that I've been sent to prison for. And then a lot of times when you come to prison, you lose the support that you actually thought that you had. So the only person that I really have are friends, my girlfriend, and my auntie. Like, a lot of people, you lose a lot of support in a lot of people. So it does a lot to your mental. It does a lot because in here, you have to pay for everything. In here, you don't get that love and support unless you do it from out there. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's been hard on me going from a situation to where you were free and able to do what you want, to coming in here and being talked to and treated inhumanely. Is terrible and a hard experience for anybody.
I can, man, the way that prisons treat those that they house is absolutely ridiculous. I definitely want to know more about that. How long are these calls? You get 20 minutes?
We get 15 minutes for like $2.10, for like $2.10.
Okay. I want to know more about the inhumane conditions in there. We definitely need to expose that. That might be something that we can do on another call. Let me ask you this: you were tried as an adult?
Yes, I was tried as an adult and never even.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And never had like a process to even see if I could have been rehabilitated as a juvenile. They just strictly shot me to adult courts, bonded me over on adult charges.
I know the experience of being a minor shoved in a facility with a bunch of adults was traumatic as well.
Oh, for sure. Because you go from being a little boy to being a grown-up real fast. You understand real fast that you're not a kid no more. You're not about to be treated as a kid by these adults. So you put into a whole situation where if you thought you was grown before, you won't have to show that you're grown now.
I want you to keep your head up, bro. And I'm going to make sure this gets out to the people, okay?
I appreciate you.
Don't be a stranger.
I definitely will not, man. Thank you for everything you're doing.
You're welcome, bro. It's for the people.